Now back to that other top story. We are still tracking the rain and snow as it tapers off. We are on red alert throughout the evening. That's after many of us spent the day shoveling and cleaning up. Some places even saw a foot of snow. We saw plenty of it blanketing communities in the New York suburbs like in South Salem, Chappaqua, and Greenwood Lake. And in North Jersey, Franklin Lakes and Highland Lakes. And let's take a look at the mobile weather lab right now. It's out on the road checking conditions out there. John Elliott has the very latest. He is in for Lonnie tonight. John.
And you know, Alice, we say red alert because it impacts your ability to safely get around. It's Friday night. It's been a rough week. I know you want to have some fun and get some things done, but you've got to factor the forecast into those plans. A little bit more warm air through parts of Dutchess and Orange County, but we're seeing more in the way of mixing for parts of northern Westchester. And look at Putnam. I mean, these are some slippery conditions, and this is just tacking on that extra ½ an inch to inch of snow wrapping around this low, so that will add to your ultimate totals. But as it turns very cold, we could see some very slippery conditions overnight before this thing exits. And it's going to exit with a lot of wind. Alice is right. Over a foot, we did that. High point, sure, the exception, but many double-digit totals. And again, we could add another ½ an inch to an inch to that. Wind is going to be an issue. Already today, peak gusts over 45. We could see a repeat tomorrow. We'll time it out for you and talk temps too. Right now, though, right back to Alice.
All right, John, let's check out some more of that snow blanketing neighborhoods in Sussex County. High Point, as John just mentioned, saw the highest snow total in the tri-state with 20 inches. Neighbors there also dealing with power outages because of the weather. Alan Devlin continues our team coverage from Highland Lakes.
Didn't expect this much number. We really didn't. I didn't expect a foot. This is a foot.
And with a foot of snow comes shovels and plows, a common scene in Highland Lakes as neighbors battle the cold. The piles of snow compiled with power outages.
There's no electric here at all. The whole Highland Lakes, I heard, is like out.
We do have a generator, thank goodness.
Gustavo Castilla making do, his driveway cleared. Others not as lucky, not yet.
One of my sons just went out helping the neighbors shoveling the snow.
And just like that, Joel and Delilah got back from making their rounds and making some money helping out.
There was a lot of snow, and we figured some of them might need some help.
We like to help out a lot of people here, especially because we have a lot of old neighbors, and we don't really want them going out in the cold.
I'm standing here in High Point State Park where they got 20 inches of snow. I mean, look at all this. We passed by several snow plows out and about, finding those slick spots that need the extra attention. These kids, 1, 2, 3, go, 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 go! Found the nearest slick slope. What are you guys going to be doing all day? What's the plan for the rest of the day?
Probably just playing in the snow.
And Mom taking it hour by hour.
I got my generator up and going, so I was able to get her a cup of coffee, finally. And if it wasn't for having a wood-burning stove, my house would be cold.
Energy companies working through the evening to bring power back on for all the homeowners.
Hopefully the power back on, the heat back on, and just get back to work.
In Highland Lakes, Alan Devlin, CBS News, New York.
Looks so pretty. Well, Orange and Rockland Utility says more than 4,300 customers are still without electricity. Con Edison reports more than 500 are without power. JCP&L says there are nearly 2,700 outages. PSEG Long Island has 11, and PSE&G New Jersey has 167. And we'll be tracking the details of our red alert throughout the night. You can find the latest First Alert forecast on air and online at cbsnewyork.com.